Aaron, how did you get into being a fashion expert?
On that topic, how did I'm not a fashion expert. What happened? I used to own a personal training studio, and I had a client who was going out on a date and didn't know what to wear. And he asked me if I had any advice, and I said, yeah, why don't I come over to your place and see what you have, and while we're there, if we find anything we need, we'll go shopping, and you need to trim your nose hair. And so it was sort of the start of this idea of a business, like an image consultant. I didn't even know it was such a thing. This was back in like 2006, and that show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy was on, and so I did that with him, and it was a lot of fun. And he went to work, and one of his female coworkers was like, "Hey, you look great. How'd that happen?" And he said, "Well, there's this guy that I know," and so he gave her my number, and she wanted me to take her husband shopping. And so I had a fitness center that failed, and after that happened, sort of trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do next? And so I decided to try image consulting, and so that was kind of the segue into that. And 2 years later, I posted YouTube video, but I just know more than most straight guys, but just a little bit more.
Where does the revenue for image consulting come in? Is it YouTube channel that probably is the more successful half of it, or actual paying customers?
No, back then this was back when you could actually like advertise, Google AdWords and not, have to spend $150 per click for a keyword. And so I was getting all my revenue from the image consulting from these guys that would search it all over the country. I mean, I had guys flying in from all over the country to go through like a session where I'd take them shopping, get their hair cut. And a lot of it was guys that were recently divorced, just, looking to get back into the game and didn't want to look like their friends. And so they would find me and we'd do that thing.
Was there like an archetype that you had in your mind that you would take them through? Like, all right, go here, get you a nice blazer, and then get you some straight leg pants, and then we'll get you some brown leather shoes and a brown leather. But like, did you have something like that? You kind of like pre-programmed?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and here's the thing: like with men's clothing and men's stores, it's very limited compared to women. And with guys, our style doesn't change that frequently as opposed to women. And so, how much has a suit changed in the past, 20, 30, 40 years? Right. Not much. And so, it's usually like just little minor modifications on what they're doing that make a big difference in terms of the way that they looked. And so, but yeah, it was typically, I got everybody pretty much the same wardrobe. And so it was pretty easy at that point. Yeah.
What are the biggest, or I guess a weird way to phrase it, but the biggest little things that you would see guys overlooking? Because you said the nose hair thing, and that made me think of that. I'm sure you've got a litany of.
No, I mean mainly it's their clothing just doesn't fit right. Most guys err on the side of bigger as opposed to smaller. I mean, it's rare that you find a guy who looks like a sausage and you're like, yo, bro, that's just not working for you. I mean, most of the guys are wearing, a large when they should be in a medium, or they're in a 42 jacket and they should be a 40 regular, or whatever it is. And so usually it's just about sizing down, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting, right?
It is. I'm going to ask
we
you this
go from
question.
jerking donkeys off to talking about men's
we'll revisit
pants.
that. Yeah.
Can you tuck in a t-shirt in your jeans? Is that okay?
Are you
is it
on
okay?
King of the Hill? Yeah.
Is it okay? It's okay. Is it seen as stylish? The answer is probably not. But that's my opinion, and that's a beautiful thing.
The fact that Aaron is so polite and his answer wasn't immediately yes should be an indicator that no. And did he mention that these things that it's being tucked into are what kind of shorts, Woody? Cargo shorts?
I said jeans, but
jeans.
I don't want to make this all about me. That's really funny. But
hypothetically speaking, what about these shoes?
The problem I have with shorts, this is a summertime problem. I have cargo shorts, which to me feel like appropriate for like shop time or whatever. And then I have shorts that seem almost like golf course shorts, and I don't have kick around in between shorts. I don't see that. And I don't know. That doesn't seem to exist to me.
I don't wear shorts often.
I don't own a single pair.
Do you have bad calves?
No, I've got good calves. Woody has good calves.
Woody,
great
good
calves.
calves.
I do have good calves.
Powerful calves.
They're like
I just think
kind of a
men
running
look
joke
better
on the
in
show, but
pants.
they are good.
Like men just do. They look better in pants. Like the only kind of shorts that I see a lot of guys wearing are like those like above the knee pastel looking ones that like people wear with like boat shoes and a Vineyard Vines. And it's like you just look like you're in a fraternity. Like, and I don't want to look like that. Like, and boat shoes, like, there's no better way to look shitty and have your feet smell like a literal asshole.
Pretty much.
I know you
Yeah.
guys wear pants and you live in warm climates too, but in North Carolina, for me, I wear shorts like 8.5, 9 months a year. Like that anything else and I'd be melting and unhappy
Well, you
and
are
grumpy.
married. I think maybe that's part of it. You are no longer on the hunt, as one might say.
Yeah, if I were
Huh.
in a relationship or married in a permanent relationship, I would dress totally differently.
Yeah.
Like I would dress like I can't remember the last time I wore sweatpants outside of the house, but that would become a thing.
Nothing but robes and white t-shirts.
Yeah, robes, white, and I'd lose the
Like
robe,
George Cos-
belt as you always do. But who cares? Just walk around.
Boxers,
like George
robes.
Costanza. Remember Jerry's like, is that velvet? He's wearing a full velvet suit. It just doesn't matter anymore. I like to think that Jackie knows how unattractive the shorts are, but it's part of her plan to make sure that you're not hooking in any young ladies out there when you're going to the Home Depot or whatever you're doing. She's like, oh yeah, that looks great. Yeah,
These
go out like
calves
that, Woody.
are pheromone that go for hundreds of yards, Kyle.
To whom?
It's all the other people at Home Depot. That's where I'm going.
All those gals. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If you went to like the gym, like I'm sure there'd be some guys who were like, "How did you get that definition, bro?"
Just hummingbirds.
I've been doing hummingbirds. Been doing hummingbirds for years, and I can't even come close to that. It's incredible. But like I don't know. Has Jackie ever told you that she was like, yeah, when I saw your calves, I knew you were the man for me.
No, she just makes fun of the shoes I had on at the time.
What
I mean,
kind of shoes did you
I
have
know
on at
when
the
you met
time?
Jackie, you were in.
I had
Folding shoes.
they were like a sprinter's running shoe, like really lightweight, hardly any sole, something Usain Bolt would wear during the Olympics. Not like to them, but like while on the thing.
Yeah.
They're practically slippers with practically spikes on the bottom, and they were red. At a time in the 90s when people didn't wear red shoes, and but I thought they were awesome. I had my own style, and I
sound
think
good to
I had
me,
just
actually.
shaved my head. I was practically bald because I was a swimmer, and that's what you do
Yeah.
for the big meet at the end of the year, and that had just happened. So I had like 2 weeks of hair and red shoes, and but whatever. I worked out like 6 hours a day. It overcame
She
the rest
thought
of
you
it.
were a cancer patient with a terrible fashion sense. She was like, he needs some help. Like, hello. You shave
he wins
everywhere,
this
though, right?
race.
Did you
He
shave your
needs it.
legs as well? I know we've talked about this before and you've answered this, but I know
So
you
you
shaved.
remember
shaved-
those little bathing suits people wore back in the 90s? Now they have like long pants. Everything that bathing suit
Yes.
didn't cover was shaved.
So
Head,
legs.
armpits,
Did you do the armpits?
arms. Yeah, everything.
Everything.
The
Man.
armpits seem unnecessary.
Top of
though.
your feet. No, armpits are really
See,
necessary.
the-
Arms
it's
are a
not that.
question
It's
mark.
only the head that would throw me. Like I can get
you
everything
gotta
else.
pierce
Like
the
the
water.
legs would be annoying because I know you got to pierce the water. But if like I never swam. I played hockey.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were like, before a game, like, all right, boys, get those heads shaved before we get out there. I'd be like, oh, whoa. I don't know if a win is worth that. What
It
say
is,
we
though.
keep our hair? And
Like the thing about swimming, I don't want to go too deep into swimming, but really it's one meet that matters at the end of the year. Every other meet is this kind of a checkpoint on how you're doing this year, like how your training is coming, how overtrained, how exhausted. Like everything else is just a checkpoint. It's just everyone makes the Super Bowl and everyone competes at the same time, and how you did that day is what counts. So that's the day you shave down for and you taper for and the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
yeah, we
But
did
I'm
no
standing
shaving.
by my theory that Jackie intentionally sends you out in those shorts to make sure that you didn't have to worry.
Words hurt.
If,
man.
if anything, that's kind of a bit of a passive compliment because it means that he
Absolutely
still
it is.
thinks that you can pull a pussy.
Oh, I'm,
If you were a big slovenly ape who just lumbered to the store, she'd be like, "Yeah, wear your best tux, douchebag. You're not getting anything." Like, but
you could walk out with $1,000 bill hanging out of your flag. No worries. But Woody's a good-looking guy. He's very well off. He's accomplished. He's credentialed. Dancing champion. He's on a world famous podcast. I'm telling you, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. If something were to happen to your
one
family,
tragic car accident away from slaying
one
loads
tragic
of
car accident, or
retreads.
like you wrong the mob and they come take them all out, or whatever happens, you're just gonna be swimming in it, buddy. You're
We
gonna
can all
be.
participate in Tinder talk.
Oh, I feel like Woody could get some 30-year-old ladies, like you'd be getting some young pussy. I was gonna class that up a bit, but why? Why?
Hey, you know what? I bet Hope has some cute friends.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I got to Roy Moore it.
That would happen. No, she's
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 18.
in college.
older
They're like,
than the
they're
girls
like
that Roy
19,
Moore
20,
was
Yeah,
at.
she's too old for Roy Moore at 18.
You would be finding an excuse to visit her school twice a week. I brought some more furniture. Hey, ladies, anyone want to ride in my new
Hey,
Corvette?
do you girls like beer? Like,
They're
I
like,
just got my tandem paramotoring license. Anyone want to strap in?
I would get no girls.
Oh, you totally would, dude.
I don't
You absolutely would. Yeah.
You could be right. You're the one who's in the game, but as cool as it is that I think it is to do, I think it looks really dorky.